your glasses.
Lights, camera,
Action.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Are you supposed to?
My glasses.
Are we starting with just me?
Wait. So what are we doing? So
Okay, move over there and I'll do an intro. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's going to be an extra bonus video. I actually have a special guest here. He has his own YouTube channel and he happens to live in my house, and his name is...
Haven.
This is gonna be good. Okay, so this is my brother Haven,
Yes.
and he also reads a lot of books, and a lot of books that I would never pick up and read. So he recently read a sci-fi book that is not the greatest, and the book is
Martian
by Andy Weir. My dad has read the Hail Mary book and said that it was terrible, and then Haven decided to pick up The Martian, and I'm fully convinced that we should never read anything by this author. So Haven, what is your opinion on The Martian? Should we read it?
No, that's like
That's it.
Don't
That's the
read
end
it.
of story. Yeah. Don't read it.
It's bad writing. I mean, you want me to go into depth?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. If Andy Weir asked you, did you like it? What would you say?
No.
What is a lot of people say the science is fascinating to some people and boring to others. What was your opinion on all the science?
Well, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a chemist. I'm not a botanist. That's what he was, an engineer. Like all the characters' explanations, it's too boring for me. And in the back, there's like a question and answer, and he says it was meant for some science people that would understand it, and then the bigger audience picked it up, and so I don't like it. He made it specifically.
So he
for
wrote
them,
it specifically
so,
for a scientist.
He thought only
to read.
only like NASA type people would read it, and then people like me read it, and it's boring. So
yeah,
all that
I heard about
sciencey stuff.
The potatoes, the science behind potatoes. Could you grow me a potato?
Yeah, he grew potatoes on Mars, and it was like going in depth even about that.
You understood everything about potatoes now.
I was expecting some type of, I don't know, YA novel or something.
Yeah.
A little higher than that. It's adult novel, but it really goes in depth, so it kind of got boring there.
Okay, so Andy Weir is well known for his language in his books. You have the classroom edition here, right? Would you say that the classroom edition helped at all?
Well, it says on the back, classroom appropriate language, and it still had it still had some words in it, but they were just dumbed down. So like when it had really bad words in the original, they just replaced it with lesser words.
Right.
Yeah. And so there was
more
still the stuff in there.
acceptable
Yeah.
language.
There was still stuff that would be bad for, I don't know, middle.
But you wouldn't want
age
your kids to be repeating.
So there was still language. It was just lesser than the first one, which is all the worst language you can think of was in the original.
Did you say that there was still some of the big bad words in there, or they cut all of those out?
Yeah, they cut all the really bad words, so they can use it in a classroom, because some people use this as a textbook, a chemistry textbook, but I don't understand that. But yeah, so. And
you said the first sentence basically starts out with like 3 bad words just in the first sentence.
Yeah, in the original one, it says something much worse. In this one, it says, I'm pretty much screwed. So.
Wow.
First sentence.
Why? You had this in your review, so I don't know if you'll remember this, but why would you say that we should not read books that have bad language in them?
Well, because the Bible says. Verses right there.
Yeah. You had some verses in your review, which I'll link the review down in the description. But you said James 5:12, Colossians 3:8, Ephesians 5:4, Ephesians 4:29, and I would also throw in there Philippians 4:8 that says, whatever is true, whatever is lovely, whatever is noble, think on those things, not on these things. Besides the language, what other content warnings would you give?
Also, just a side note on that, the author speaks like that. That's how he speaks flippantly. Like all those words that he uses in his everyday life.
So it's just normal.
So yeah, the main character Mark Watney is Andy Weir in his language. But yeah, other content warning. There's like talk of inappropriate. Like he's on Mars all by himself, so it's not going to be actual like inappropriate scenes to interact with other people because there's no one there. But he talks about like, oh man, I've been lonely without a woman for a year and a half, so it kind of gets like weird, and just like he jokes like that. They're like, he starts making some weird jokes, and they're like, hey, all of NASA can hear you on this communication line, and he's like, oh really? Like,
wow.
I'll just say this.
So on the topic of jokes,
jokes.
You found the jokes annoying?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Even a page you would see LOL exclamation. I think this book, I saw another review and it said like this book uses the most explanation points that we've ever seen, like you've ever seen.
So basically it's like the modern teenager tried to write a book.
Yeah, he's trying to make it more relatable. I think like
along with the science.
Yeah, and it's like this is supposed to be his log entries. That's how it's written, like log, day one, whatever. And it's like, oh, he would be writing like this, or like his psych or whatever. Like his mind would be, just I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the explanation.
On a scale of like a 5-year-old writing a book up to like J.R.R. Tolkien, where would you rate the writing?
Well, it's not as bad as I might make it out to be, but it's definitely not J.K. Rowling, Tolkien, something like that.
Right.
It's, yeah.
Is it, so it's sci-fi,
1 million people read it,
but it is like realistic to something that could happen in our world?
Real science sci-fi. So
it's not fantasy at all?
Yeah, and there's not many of, I don't think, of real science sci-fi, and I can understand why, because there's more. But
so no one thinks that actually.
Yeah, it's for those people that want it, so it's that group, not everyone.
I saw someone saying that they actually really liked the main character. What is it, Mark Watney?
Mark Watney, yeah.
What is your opinion of him? Is he actually an interesting character?
I don't know. He's immature. I can see how he changes character development. He has an arc. He's not one-dimensional. Just he's 3-dimensional. Like he has a personality, but that personality is just not likable for me. I don't think it's a good personality. Like if he was a real person in real life, I would not want to meet
right.
him.
No, you wouldn't want to be around someone like that. Yeah. So overall, you would say thumbs down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 3 stars.
Is there another? I think you gave it 2 stars. Is there another sci-fi book that you would recommend to someone who was interested in reading sci-fi?
Instead of this? Yeah. I don't know.
Star Wars?
Yeah, I've read plenty of Star Wars ones, and like almost all of those just mass market 200-page mass market paperback books are better than this, which is like sold 300 million copies, whatever, and those Star Wars books have only sold like 10,000 or something, but they're better. So
they're better written, right?
Yeah, any of the Thrawn books by Timothy Zahn are better than this.
Would you say there's any content warning for those books?
For
Timothy Zahn?
Yeah, Timothy Zahn. That's one of the Star Wars authors I read a lot. He just has like less than this, and this is like pretty dumbed down. So like less than this. So like maybe one level 1 type word every couple like chapters or something.
Okay.
So not that bad.
What's your favorite? Can you think off the top of your head?
Heir to the Empire, probably from like 19. What was it? 1997?
Let's see.
I don't know. But yeah, the older Star Wars books are better than this newer, because this was like published in the 2000s, sometime late 2011 or something, 2014, and the Star Wars books that are like in the 1990s and stuff, those are better than this. So I'd recommend.
Yeah, Heir to the Empire was 1991, and you give it 5 stars. So if you like to read some sci-fi, it's actually good.
Yeah, there's other ones other than Star Wars. There's classic ones like Foundation, Isaac Asimov. Those,
classic sci-fi. I heard you're in the middle of Isaac Asimov right now.
Yeah, Foundation.
Are you enjoying that?
Yeah, I just finished the first one, Foundation, and then it's a 3-part series, like Foundation, and Empire, and Second Foundation. That's like the classic sci-fi, the one that started it out, kind of like George H.G. Wells type book, like back.
This was written in 1951, and he was a Russian, right? I've heard good things about him.
Yeah, it's good writing. Sometimes it's like poetic, intellectual.
Yeah. They used to write so much different than these days. To write something good, they have to fill it up with all of this language, right? But used to, there was a better story, and they actually cared about what they were writing about. And you get a few authors like that still, like Timothy Zahn, you said. Yeah. So if you want any sci-fi recommendations, you can leave any of your questions in the comments. I will not be answering them, but I can ask him to give you a good recommendation for sci-fi. So it's fun to have other people on this channel, because I'm not going to read all the different genres and all the different books. I don't even have time for that. So if there's any books that you would like me to review and you want to get maybe like his opinion on, leave those in the comments and maybe we can do another video together. So thank you for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're warned away from the Martian, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Like, subscribe, comment, share with all your friends. Come back again. Subscribe.